Alright, so you want to know how to succeed when you are playing Fortnite on high ping. This video is definitely the one for you. Real quick, remember that for every one supporter on code SonataYT, 100 V-Bucks will be added to the 10k sub giveaway prize. It's a great way to earn V-Bucks, so I would recommend that you guys use code SonataYT to support me and this channel. Alright, let's hop into it. So really quickly, I just want to go over what exactly high ping is for those of you that don't know. And I know this might seem like a stupid section, but there are actually a lot of people that don't acknowledge that they have high ping. Essentially, your ping is the amount of milliseconds in time that it takes for your server to respond to your computer. And if you guys don't know, your server is a base location near where you live. It's going to be generally in your region. Some of the most common regions are NA East, NA West, and Europe. Those are the three most popular ones. And essentially, your ping is going to be based off how far you are from those servers. If you guys don't know, Fortnite does use the Amazon servers, and it tries to get the fastest amount of ping possible. If you guys want to be able to see your ping in game, just follow the steps that I have on screen now. Once you guys know what your ping is, if you're playing on ping that's above 35, you're considered to be playing on a high ping. And in this video, I'm going to go over the best way to combat that and also improve on that high ping. Now before I get into it, I quickly want to go over some professional Fortnite players who do have high ping as well. One of the biggest ones is going to be Reet. If you guys don't know, Reet is an NA West controller player prodigy that has recently started popping off, and he even placed second in the most recent NA West FNCS. Another example of a really good player on high ping is Kiriachi. Kiriachi recently won the EU FNCS Grand Finals with his teammates Stormy Wright and Toos, and he plays on a whopping 50 ping all the way from Russia on the European servers. He's a really good example of how to fight and play on high ping effectively. Another example of a high ping player is TSM Scrubs. Now he's obviously not a main competitive player, but he plays on over 60 ping and he was able to hit this insane clip with it. Now obviously that clip was absolutely insane, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do stuff like that on your high ping. He did that on over 55 ping. The next player that plays on high ping is going to be Freemock. Freemock is playing on the EU servers all the way from Russia, just like Kiriachi, and he's able to absolutely pop off even though his internet is not the best. And then the final player who doesn't really play Fortnite anymore that does play on high ping but is known to be one of the best high ping players in the world is nanolite. Nanolite absolutely popped off at DreamHack Anaheim, and he was dominating the entirety of the early Chapter 1 seasons. I'd recommend you guys watch any of these pros if you're considering to improve on high ping. So first I'm going to be going over mechanics on high ping. This section is going to be very detailed in exactly what you guys should try to do to improve your mechanics and not really die because of your mechanics in your ping. So first off, I want to say that you guys should not try to take walls with your pickaxe, but rather shoot your gun at the walls and try to take it that way. Now there are a couple reasons that I would recommend you guys do this. If you try to take your wall with the gun, not only will the input delay be less, your opponent holding the wall won't expect you to do that as much. Most people on lower ping try to take walls with their pickaxes, and keep in mind that in game, your opponent has no idea what ping you're on. Another really good benefit of using a gun to take your opponent's wall is that it's going to intimidate them in a way that doesn't really make that much sense to me. Basically, the shot of your gun when you take the wall will really intimidate your opponent and make them less confident in holding the wall. Even if they're on hard zero ping, at least some players have a little bit of a mental issue when somebody shoots at their wall. And I promise you, if you guys do this 9 times out of 10, you're going to improve on that high ping wall taking issues. Now moving on to the other side, if you guys are trying to hold walls, I would give you one simple recommendation. Just don't hold walls. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get your wall taken by a player that has lower ping than you. And if you guys can avoid it at all costs, just try not to get into a wall 50-50. Try to either escape the box from the back, maybe try to edit down. At all costs, try to avoid somebody trying to take your wall. It's just not a good idea. Some things that you can do rather than this is go for maybe strategic box fight peeks, and maybe go for an angle that somebody can't take your wall from. Now the next really important part of improving your mechanics is going to be practicing your input delayed timing of walls. Basically what you guys can do is refer to this clicks video that I have linked in the description. I know this is a very old clicks video, but a lot of these things still apply to this day. Even though clicks was on lower ping than most of you guys watching this video, it's really important that you guys try to focus on exactly what he's trying to do. Be sure to check that out in the description. All credit goes to clicks. Once you guys are trying to practice this, you can do this on various edit courses and walls. Maybe even try this Mongraal Classic Map that I have up on screen right now. now. And speaking of Mongraal, something really good that he does after he immediately takes walls, what he'll do is he'll immediately try and edit them. And that's one reason that you'll see him mess up edits if he's not getting the wall. He doesn't expect to not get the wall, so he's just pre-editing in advance. If you guys can get into this habit, your whole wall taking idea is just going to improve. And your crosshair placement will also improve along with this. This is one of the biggest recommendations I can give to all high ping players. Edit as soon as you take the wall. And if you don't take the wall, at least you're going to be working on your edit speed. And now my final tip for mechanics is going to be to practice your edit timings. I'm going to put a map up on screen that's going to help you practice your edit timing, but in simple terms, your edit timing is basically going to be how long it takes you to confirm your edit after you selected it. This is a really good thing if you guys have edit on release on, and speaking of edit on release, I would highly recommend everybody on high ping has it on, but just overall, edit on release is definitely the wave if you guys are on high ping. Be sure to practice those edit timings with edit on release on, and you guys are going to naturally improve with your overall edit speed. Now moving on to the next category that I'm going to be going over is going to be aim. Now I have one message and one message for you only. And if you're going to take anything away from this video, please take away this. If you're on high ping, your aim is the single most important aspect of your gameplay. Because you're not able to compete with other players mechanically, if you're able to out-aim them 80% of the time, your chance of winning fights is going to increase a lot. Please focus on your aim. Kovacs, do anything that you have to in order to improve it. Your aim is extremely important. If a player gets your wall and then exploits into your box, if you have good aim, you're going to be able to win the aim duel. Obviously, high ping is a disadvantage, and all the 50-50 situations that you get put into, you're going to have a better chance of winning them. So please consider watching my Kovacs routine video that I do have in the top right corner. I will also link it in the description if you guys are curious. That video is extremely detailed, and it's going to help a lot of you out that do have high ping. Now the next section I'm going to be getting into is exploits. Now you guys might notice that a lot of higher ping players try to exploit into people's boxes if they're trying to W key. And the reason for this isn't the reason that you may think. Exploiting isn't actually easier on high ping. It may just seem that it is, but exploiting is actually just as easy on a low ping as high ping. The reason that more high ping players try to exploit in is because they know that they're not going to be able to take the wall. And a lot of high ping players such as Nanolite, Reed, Kiriachi, Freemock, and Scrubs have really good aim. And because they have good aim, they try to exploit in and they know that they're going to win more fights due to that. Having high ping really isn't as big of a disadvantage as you may think it is. With the right playstyle, you guys can combat that as hard as possible. And once you're done combating the issues with high ping, exploits and aiming will become a lot easier. Just try to make these sort of kinetic change with your mechanics, your exploits, and your aim, where you're able to eliminate a player very quickly. Now the last technical topic that I'm going to be going over is the amount of FPS that you get in-game. Obviously, high ping is an issue that it's not very easy to fix. You obviously just have to move closer to the servers if you want high ping. However, if you have really good FPS and refresh rate, it's a lot easier to succeed. That's why I would recommend for all high ping players to invest in a 240Hz monitor and a good enough PC to run 240 FPS. That's going to help your gameplay a lot. Not only will it make your input delay less, it'll make your ping feel a lot lower than it actually is. Having a high FPS monitor is amazingly overpowered even on 0 ping. But if you guys are on high ping, it's going to help you a lot, not only with your exploits, but also your aim, your mechanics, and your overall gameplay. And there's just a lot of things that you can do to combat the high ping that you have. Maybe try to just lower your in-game input delay from your hardware. Maybe try to optimize your ping to be as low as possible. Overall, there's just a bunch of things that you guys can try to do. And high ping is something you can manage as long as you follow all the tips that I have said in this video so far. Alright guys, that is the video on exactly how to play properly on your high ping. If you guys did enjoy, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel down below. Once again guys, remember that if you use code SonataYT, I will be adding 100 V-Bucks to the total 10k sub giveaway prize. And it's a really good investment to make. But that's about it for this video guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.